Honestly, guys, I never knew Ghana had a confirmed economic management team. Guys, I never knew. Hey, Dr. Baumia. No way. And how come I didn't get that confirmed sum to Chula? I don't get it. Or some few people chewed the tin father side. Or maybe they all flew away before they could be managed economically. But now that we have done away with our confirmed economic management team and brought onto ourselves a digital Aboboya economic management team, no? Still, people say that is hard to move. But Dr. Baumia was there, saying plenty English. But like my grandmother friend will ask me, Minana, ne krakra ne same. Well, for me, the bottom line is whether today's Ghanaian is safer, healthier, and generally happier. Ultimately, it's either Ghanaians will say government official one, or Opana Dijimia, them say you know if you do. But you do them shock. This is Backpage on City TV. We are on DSTV channel 363. I'm looking at all of you on your screens. And I can see that, Charlie, you all look happier with me. My name is Caleb Kuda. This is Backpage. Thank you for your time. Now let's dirty ourselves. No, I mean, we're not going to Ejisoman yet. But let's stay in Kumasi, where government held a town hall meeting to basically tell Ghanaians that they, the government people, are the best thing that ever happened to we, the Ghanaian people. In fact, the election of Nana Akufo-Addo and his elephant squad is a better news than our very political independence. After all, they claim to have delivered, or what did they say? Delivered us from our own shadows.
Enact the fiscal responsibility law, we have delivered. Fiscal council, we have delivered. Financial stability council, we have delivered. Banking the unbanked, we have delivered. Abolish the special import levy, we have delivered.
Boss, it's okay. Don't come and kill yourself. You may end up chewing your tongue. We have delivered, we have delivered, but I mean, take it easy. But wait a second. The prepared. I mean, the fiscal council, fiscal responsibility, and all the community, has, I mean, any meaning at all. All the community. Does it have any meaning at all for all of us Ghanaians? It simply means, if it does have any meaning, it simply means that there is more money in the pocket. I mean, that actually stays longer in the pocket than during the John Mahama time. So Ghanaians, we hear you have more money.
Me, all day on the internet say I'm worth $800,000. Me.
Oh, wrong address. Very sorry, wrong address. Now, if veteran celebrities don't have more money, then let's just say the young Ghanaians hustling, the young Ghanaian hustling has got something for his sweat. And our young Ghanaian hustler, for what have you got?
Nothing I get, must I forget to. I bring the beat to you. Too many years to me. Sorry, I'm not fine, today to me.
Nothing, pa. Some young people actually toiled so hard for their parliamentary candidates, but as power came, when they call them cry, they can't reach them. They are unable to reach. Meanwhile, some others won't learn sense. This election year, they want to avail themselves to be used by some power-drunk politicians. Bro, get your hustle on and don't depend on anyone. And the thing is, the painful part is, when somebody takes your Valentine away because he has more money than you do, while your money remains so locked up. But Dr. Baumia did not only deliver facts and figures that you're still wondering how they've impacted your pocketiasis. He also delivered more promises. King promise, yeah.
No depositor of a savings and loan or a microfinance institution will lose any of their deposits, not even one person. No depositor. No depositor will lose. So we want fairness. What we have done for those who have deposited in the banks, we are going to do the same for those who have deposited in the savings and loans and the microfinance. Everybody will get 100% of their deposits back.
Amazing. Promise after promise after promise after promise. Yeah. Note that Dr. Bawumia did not mention Ponzi schemes, but savings and loans, right? So while Dr. Bawumia was at it, piling up promises, men's golders were crying. Mama. The most painful part is that when they wrote to the Ghana police people to escort them while they dried their tears under the scourge of the sun, never mind, Starboy #1 should be cooling off in his mansion around the time. No? The police said for the way, we are too busy fighting important crimes. After all, you just walked under the sun less than 6 months ago. Therefore, they can't kill themselves. Let's go, people. Gather around. Let's cry together. Come.
Any leaders are more your Maimu or my Ghana, I cannot have a baby who need it. I cannot do a Bafi Aqua, Mimim Cano, and I mean to be the poor and I have a pack on my penino, and it's also no by some quiet here. And the meat can say, oh, for Quabula, so no matter what chance come my I got the office one. Me was a last war, I slept in the car, my first car got me the good in the car, me was a last war, so Ghana Penia money last year, and coming from Mr.
Well, when SEC warned you, you were throwing your weight and height behind the Kaswa Rockefeller. I'm sorry. I really sympathize with you. But Dr. Bawumia, do you want to throw in another promise to cover men's goodness?
Hey, Asemo.
Ayaka, Agwenagu, King Promise has run out of promises for men's goodness. The heartbreaking thing is the police part, really. I mean, we have seen proper crimes, murders, presided by rape of women, particularly in the Ashanti region, but other police in the region, Omwata. At least Bantama Hene, and I believe Sikedwa Kofi itself, is not impressed with the nonchalance and insouciance. My favorite words I learned from Spelling Bee many years ago. Nonchalance and insouciance of the Ghana Police says simply, Omadakojoto.
Some murders have been going on in Kumasi mysteriously. And so far as we are concerned, the police who are responsible for our security haven't talked about it. Now we know that in the Western democracies, what usually happens is that when these things happen, the police, they come out to solicit for help. At least they make their citizens see that something is being done about it. But we in Kumasi have seen that nothing is being done about it.
Gio, at least, Nana, you're right. At least we should see that the police is doing something. They should just pretend they're doing something. We are not seeing anything. And there is a real danger ahead as community health nurses have vowed to withdraw their services. But at least Ashanti Regional Ghana Police pity the widower and be up and doing small pay.
She's a very good wife. Very humble, respectful, and very hardworking. He's also very spiritual. I want swift investigation. I want very swift investigation to be done.
And as for the Ashanti Regional Minister who doubles as the chairman of Rex again,
what have been the causes of people that have been killed. Some are families. We don't bundle all those ones with other ones that have different costs. Those that were speaking husband and wife. The cases are in court, and I don't control the law court. Two of the killings, one was not even identified, and it was alleged or it was suspected. The two of them that were killed around Abrifo were prostitutes. That was the report from the police.
As a regional minister who chairs the Security Council, are you proud that 7 people have been killed regardless of what led to their death?
If you kill your wife in your house, is it the problem of the security? And you know that we've been arresting prostitutes and we've warned them. We've warned them several times. We arrest them every week. You arrest them, they come back.
If anything, we must be thankful for his honesty. It says a lot about our leaders. So let a cry when there is a kidnap and I come to tell you that, oh, it is my greatest regret. You should know that in reality, I am saying as the chairman of RECSEC or chairman of police council or even commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, you should know what I actually want to say. Sad. But I guess we don't deserve any empathy from our leaders. Like, I'm really sad. On top of my stoning excavators from last time, which I haven't seen yet. Just look at all that I've had to go through. My heart. And I think I should take just a quick break at this right time, so that when we return, Dr. Bawumia failed to trumpet some significant successes of the Akufo-Addo government. We'll talk about some of them. He also made some promises that has left some parents, wondering, because they say that it has potential dangers. When we return.
City TV is live on DSTV. Go to channel 363. On GoTV, access City TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV on your television. City TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and Star Times box. City TV, it's your world.
Welcome back. Even though many schools are yet to receive basic and critical elements like textbooks for teaching and learning, His Excellency, the Deputy President, says government will soon give SHS students free Wi-Fi. I mean, we are thinking outside the box, are we not? Don't you get it? The box is the ICT center itself, the offices, the rooms. And the truth is that many schools don't have any at all. Those who have it, it is not properly stocked. So thinking outside the box is to provide the Wi-Fi without the ICT centers and their complementary accessories, okay? Many young people, as I speak to you, still think of a mouse in an ICT lab as an honor, afi, domoro, kwakwe. And we are not going to resource the unresourced ones, so we are going straight to providing free Wi-Fi. Now that is thinking outside the box. That way, we won't even issue textbooks again. The students will download it, right? They will download the textbooks. And with such incontrovertible innovation, Dr. Bawumia, as always, doesn't understand why. Oh, NDC.
Why does the NDC, in the face of such incontrovertible evidence, why do they keep insisting that they can do a better job of managing the city? In the face of such incontrovertible evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, it is like you have taken an exam with somebody and they score 40% and you score 80% and they come out to say they know the subject better than you. What will be that? What will be that? What 40%? Mako Churamanya 80%. Usi unimsa chemi. Where who way be that? Eh?
Don't even mind them. It is skin pain that is doing them. But I feel some parents are not exactly happy about it. If you have heard of the story of Yasantua, you will remember that she was a fiercely queen mother who led chicken-hearted men to war with bows and arrows. Now, many, many years later, the great-great-grand teenagers of Yasantua are dreaded warriors who fight in choppers and airbuses, but many, they use choppers. So if you're a young man who doesn't know your cardinal points, they will jump on your choppers and chop off your head. Chopper here is helicopter. Allopray, if you don't know chopper. So because of the exploits of Ejisuman SHS girls, some parents say this brand new promise of Dr. Baumia of giving out free Wi-Fi, it is potentially dangerous.
There is so much knowledge. There is so much knowledge on the internet, and we have to allow our senior high schools to access that knowledge. And we promise free Wi-Fi, and we are going to deliver free Wi-Fi to all senior secondary schools.
Great. Now, the girls have been expelled. I'm talking about the Jisuman girls from boarding house, though. And that one too, some child rights people say they don't understand, they won't agree, they should get back. Where were you when the children were rising themselves on social media? And the best part of the town hall meeting for me, though, was my longtime friend, Rose Doctor, Rose Champion, Pamela Tower.
Say I was Ashanti Mamu. Now, who said Ashanti, any Kumasi, Aquanina Asaya. With these statistics, Namuma Anyamua, if you say, Bayana or Hono, Wantinani, Andre Aquine. And so, Obama could do for Odi Aban Papa Enim, Odi Akukudro, Odi Akukudro, building Ghana Rose.
Allah, Terminator, what's it? Oh, Terminator. Anyway, Terminator, I feel you any day, right? You know you're my favorite minister, right? Okay, so your speech, it leads me to mentioning the achievements of the government that Dr. Baumia failed to remember. I mean, he forgot to tell us, So, Doc, please, like your rapaholic moments, when I say it, then you respond.
We have delivered.
Doc, you're sharp. So, are you ready? Are you ready for the thing?
Hey, Asemo.
Doc, me put some question crying out. I'm asking you a question, you are laughing. Are you ready now until you are laughing? Anyway, let's go. So, abandoning the Eastern Corridor Road.
We have delivered.
Successful restoration of brisk Galamsey after media campaign to have it stopped.
We have delivered.
Allowing Galamsey to successfully take a renowned surgeon to the surgical theater and operating away his effectiveness and great repute.
We have delivered.
Successfully abandoning hospital projects started by the predecessor.
We have delivered.
Abandoning senior high school building projects to start new ones.
We have delivered.
Abandoned completed Saglemi housing project while starting a new one somewhere else.
We have delivered.
Rubbishing the Justice Emil Short Commission of Inquiry's recommendations into the Ayawaso West Wogon violence.
We have delivered.
Politicizing the police administration.
We have delivered.
Doc, it's okay. Why are there? You have delivered. I couldn't help but remind you that you have delivered some of these things as well. We have done a lot. We will publish the rest on our digital green book anyway. You can go to www.deliveredpapapa.thejimia.com. You will see the rest of the deliverance. All is there. Now, after all that has been delivered, if someone else, maybe government official one, comes to promise us a better life, Dr. Baumia, like they say they will give us a better life, so we should consider them. What is your advice, please? Oh my God. You just have to love some of these. Now, December 7. For those who don't understand, it means if someone who has nothing says he's going to give you something, just to listen to his name. The name of the person is nothing and is assuring you of something. So just listen to his name and seek advice, right? Advise yourself. Now, December 7 is when we are likely to know if Ghanaians will choose Terminal 3 Quatrequa or interoperability and free SHS. Now, in all these, remember that political decisions have impact on the price and size of your kinky. So again, what's the aggregate impact of the political decisions of both sides? And how did these make you safer, healthier, and generally happier? I have something nice for you from the town hall meeting on the street of Accra before we part ways. But can you imagine how it feels like to beg in an Indian accent? Indian accent. I'm begging you. Well, only on City TV's Wall Against the Discipline campaign. Why? We bring you such an experience.
Why should you drive on the shoulder?
He committed mistake, I'm not me.
Who says?
Driver.
Then we are dealing with the driver, so leave us to deal with the driver. We are dealing with the driver, it is not you are dealing with.
But the problem is coming to me. My daughter is coming from Canada.
He's begging the police, my brother, I'm begging you. No, actually, I'm not laughing. It's not funny. Because you know why? We have normalized flouting of our rules for so long that our Indian brothers are joining us in being indisciplined. It doesn't make sense. But you know, as for our Chinese cousins there, they are competing with us vigorously. Giddy, to the extent that there was this man who was driving a vehicle with registration number, they say diplomatic corps, CD. We have always known country diplomat, so I'm a diplomatic corps. This guy, they pulled him up, he didn't even stop. He was running away. Hey, they chased him. They chill. I feel the brother man, he said he doesn't have to, he doesn't understand English. And yet, what's saying home? Rusi, Rumi, I speak
when the police have stopped you, you have to stop. You have diplomatic immunity, but you should not abuse that. You have to respect our driving rules and regulations. Sorry. In spite of the fact that you have a diplomatic immunity, you don't have to abuse our laws. You understand? The way you are driving, policeman stops you, you have to stop. Or you don't know the rules and regulations. Where is your license? You have your license?
How are you going to process him? Oh my God. Anyway. You see, the sad part is that, yes, there is heavy traffic and that maybe our lawmakers deserve to get home faster than the rest of us, including our Indian brothers and Chinese friends. So that when they don't feel our pains, staying in traffic for hours before getting home, that way, they passionately and creatively think of solutions to address our problems. That is when they don't feel it. That's how it inspires them. After all, what they do is indeed in the national interest. Ours is not. So fine. In that case, you are required to get an outrider. Guys, guess what? The driver of an MP was pulled up, once again, for driving against traffic with a strobe light on and sirens. The MP took comfort in his backseat and used his tinted glasses to his advantage. Eventually, it came out that he was handling some pampers matters in the car and dealing with some Chitinga issues. It's not my issue. But you understand. Now, while at it, his body guy, I mean policeman, proved that he's more loyal to his boss, the MP, than the coat of arms he has sworn to protect. He started by walking gallantly to his senior, like a sports school boy. My boss is calling you.
My boss wants to see you. Who is your boss? Who? Don't come with the camera. My brother.
My daughter is coming.
Yes, that's why I said you should use this camera.
All other details.
If I want to.
So he has been arrested.
How about that? Don't come. Wait there. Bro.
Look, let's face it, that was scary. I mean, that was really scary. And honestly, but for the cameras, the way that guy would have beaten me well, Charlie. You just carry me like this and throw me into the sea. And I'm just feeling honestly embarrassed for this country. Like I'm embarrassed. We are stylishly lawless. And we will fight anything that will strengthen us, including a well-built policeman threatening an unarmed, harmless, innocent journalist and his cameraman who have nothing but just questions to ask. I am so embarrassed. And the annoying part is when someone said, oh, I should have gone there. If he had touched me, like he would see. What can someone say? Now, Mumbai justice for Caleb, so let me read you. But for real, though, it's a shame how lawless we have become. And let me say goodbye to you, really. With this rather heartwarming piece of news from Dr. Baumia's Kumasi Town Hall meeting, walking on the streets of Accra.
Backpage 12 cities. Yeah, it's good.
Back to 1 city 20 paswa.
No 1 city 20 paswa.
Sam back to 1 city 20 paswa. Na misika mbaswa.
Back to 2 cities.
Ja, Maria Diana paswa ya misa. 1 city 20 paswa.
No see 2 cities.
Ya baba bia fabo shimang baba misa.
Mati. Look at Gary Macaroni.
Obekia men Gary kakra.
Macaroni.
Macaroni kakra obekia men.
Prepared for you.
Child for the area show be the wape.
Oh, no way they say no. I have a smartphone where they say no, papa.
Phone there about to me.
There because a smartphone.
Guy. Tomati me one tell.
Next time, because first smartphone and start.
Okay, but tell me another.
There from the watch mommy.
Oh, I love this. I mean, I feel it. Look, I really love this. Kwame does it. I'm hilarious on any day. Now, the QR code thing, no, I mean, it will be great. Like this Valentine, all the pressure that is coming. Would have used the QR code to buy coffee Brookman for our Valentine. You understand? Or you don't like. Anyway, this Valentine, guys, remember that there is coronavirus. So be mindful where you put your pen drive and how you decide to regulate it.